across the stomach, so think nothing of it but love it. Lucha, de la calle a la lucha, siempre represento con mi charger cachucha. 619 Simón, that's my cora. San Diego, Puerto Rico, Sinaloa. Puyacá, Puyacá, 619, hey, Puyacá, Puyacá, that's my pueblo. Puyacá, Puyacá, 619, hey, Puyacá, Puyacá. Rey Mysterio, what you gonna do when we come for you? Córrele, córrele, ándale. What you gonna do when we come for you? Córrele, córrele, ándale. Mira, mira, guacha, guacha, cuidado con los celos porque matan. Puyacá, Puyacá, el reggaetón. Mad One and no Mysterio, tan cabrón. 1, 2, 3, it's the boys out of SD. ¿Cómo la ves? Fácil como 1, 2, 3. Mr. DJ, play that rola otra vez. And watch how my people go off. Under the wooden cross, who's the boss? Nadie brinca, brinca del cielo. Con mi voz, guío el cielo. Alto, porque me duele la alma. Y dejé mi cartera en Tijuana. El soldado enmascarado, ten cuidado. Paisa, paisa, estás pasado. Puyacá, Puyacá, 619, hey, Puyacá, Puyacá, that's my pueblo. Puyacá, Puyacá, 619, hey, Puyacá, Puyacá. Rey Mysterio, what you gonna do when we come for you? Córrele, córrele, ándale. What you gonna do when we come for you? Córrele, córrele, ándale. Make it universal, spit in English. The way we flip it is hard to distinguish. Puyacá, Puyacá, el reggaetón. Mic check, 1, 2, it's on. Look at me now, el tijuanero. Amazing the world con máscara de cuero. Mira, guacha, el mero, mero. Disfruta la vida con todos sus perros. It took a whole lot to get where I'm at, but still ain't got shit but tats on my back. Ink on my chest and all down my arms. A million true stories to put in a song. La voz inocente de mi gente truena fuerte como cohete. That's just life in the 619. So hey DJ, hit me one more time. Puyacá, Puyacá, 619. Hey, Puyacá, Puyacá, that's my pueblo. Puyacá, Puyacá, 619. Hey, Puyacá, Puyacá. Rey Mysterio, what you gonna do when we come for you? Córrele, córrele, ándale. What you gonna do when we come for you? Córrele, córrele, ándale. First on the track, SDC to the NYC. Puyacá. What you gonna do when we come for you? Córrele, córrele, ándale. What you gonna do when we come for you? Puyacá, Puyacá, 619, hey, Puyacá, Puyacá, that's my pueblo. Puyacá, Puyacá, 619, hey, Puyacá, Puyacá. Rey Mysterio, ya llegó el Rey Mysterio, vato cabrón de San Diego. Mash up on the scene like the Brown Crusader, blowing up screens like Space Invaders. Too much damage for one man, he's going 5150, speaking Spanish. Hasta un lado estoy pesado, vivo la vida peleando pecado. Estados Unidos al otro lado, up on la Canadá, 619 solao. Do it for my people, yeah, you gotta love it. Mexican across the stomach, so think nothing of it but love it. Lucha, de la calle a la lucha, siempre represento con mi charger cachucha. 619 Simón, that's my cora. San Diego, Puerto Rico, Sinaloa. Puyacá, Puyacá, 619, hey, Puyacá, Puyacá, that's my pueblo. Puyacá, Puyacá, 619, hey, Puyacá, Puyacá. Rey Mysterio, what you gonna do when we come for you? Córrele, córrele, ándale. What you gonna do when we come for you? Córrele, córrele, ándale. Mira, mira, guacha, guacha, cuidado con los celos porque matan. Puyacá, Puyacá, el reggaetón. Mad One and no.
Yo, what is up? How y'all doing tonight, man? Friday night, we are live 1 day left before the Royal Rumble, and we are here taking care of business tonight. How you guys doing tonight? So Durante, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you coming to the stream. Stay hydrated, by the way. So yeah, this is gonna be a little different compared to the previous predictions that we had done in the past. I'm gonna make sure to upload some shorts before the Rumble. I know we don't have that much time left, so I'm hoping I can upload at least one more short video before the Rumble. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that because the Rumble, it is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. In my case, it will be at 3 p.m. So yeah, we gotta walk in for tomorrow. But anyways, Alex, he was supposed to be here tonight, but unfortunately he was calling for last minute duties in his work. So he's actually gonna be out way late than expected, and he forgot to tell me that. So that's something that sometimes in our life we get confused by, and unfortunately ended up in this case. But I'm sure Alex will upload a very short video before the Royal Rumble, so he can get his perspective on the show. So make sure you stay tuned to his channel in case he goes and uploads some videos before the Rumble. But yes, he will be live tomorrow for the Rumble, I'm assuming, to get things going. So yeah. Anyways, yes, Royal Rumble, it is tomorrow, and SmackDown did happen tonight. SmackDown did happen tonight from Saudi Arabia. I saw the stage. The stage was absolutely amazing. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I can show y'all, if I can find a picture here, I can show y'all a picture of how the Royal Rumble tomorrow is gonna look like. Because it was absolutely amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It did show for like the SmackDown Theatrums and all that stuff. So they're gonna change it to Rumble, since it's gonna be in the same stadium or same arena that they did SmackDown tonight. So with that being said, I'm gonna show you how it looks like, which is absolutely incredible. Actually, I don't know if I should, but at the same time, I'm gonna try to get an image here. So here it is. Here's one, and let's turn this into this, and I'm gonna edit this so we don't get any copyright and all that bullshit. So yeah, here it is. Alright, so I'm gonna show y'all how the stage looks like so far, in case y'all haven't seen it yet. So I'm gonna change this Roman Reigns this poster. By the way, speaking of posters, bro, this year the Royal Rumble didn't even advertise that much the Rumble, so they are lacking on posters. As you can see, this is not even their own poster. This is somebody that was fan made. So I appreciate I can't even see his name, but it's Spake. I think that's how his name's pronounced. But yeah, shout out to Spake for making this poster, because WWE didn't even do some effort when making some posters for this year's Royal Rumble. I don't know why. Didn't even make that much of a promotion for this year's Rumble. So I don't know why they didn't do that, but it is what it is. I'm gonna show y'all how it looks like. So anyways, so here's a quick look at how it looks like the stage right now. The stage was absolutely amazing. It's only like some of the parts that the stage has, but it's fucking insane. The amount of effort that they put on in this stage, and that's not even the whole thing. Like, I'm only showing y'all like the short parts of the entrance stage. It was fucking gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous, and the fact that they did this is absolutely insane. So you got to get them credit where it's due, and I'm just happy that a PLE finally has a very good enough stage that can actually help get this hype going. If I can even call it a hype, I don't know if I can call it a hype, knowing that they didn't even put that much promotion to this year's Rumble. So I don't even know if I should think about that. But you know, it's WWE. WWE is gonna put minimum effort when it comes to these Saudi shows. But this is probably the best stage they have done in Saudi Arabia since it started. You know, all the stages they have done in Saudi Arabia ever since 2018. Well, this one is arguably the best stage they have ever done in Saudi Arabia. It's incredible. Probably one of the best stages that WWE has done. God, in like 5 years, more than that, probably 10 years. Probably a top 3 stage. Honestly, it's fucking incredible. Absolutely incredible. Gotta love it, man. So shout out to WWE. They fucking cooked with this stage for a PLE that wasn't even advertised that much. You gotta give them credit, and I'm sure it's gonna look gorgeous tomorrow when we get to these Rumble Theatrums and the actual Rumble show. So that's gonna be fantastic. So with that being said, that's the stage. And yes, speaking of the stages, CM Punk is the cover star of WWE 2K26. Am I happy with that? Absolutely, I am. The worst thing that could have happened was Jey Uso being on the fucking cover of this year's game. But I'm glad it's not Jey Uso. So we got a miracle that it's not the E-Man, Jey Uso, bro, who's been ruining television, bro, for most of this year, bro. Especially the fact that he beat GUNTHER and he won the Rumble match. First, I thought it was a good thing that, yeah, Jey Uso won the Rumble match last year, but it ended up being one of the worst things ever because of how it turned out. And man, it was just a pain in the ass when he got into our television, bro, every fucking week, bro. And he's doing the same shit, and doing absolutely nothing, bro. But just stand there with this tag team title, bro. Ramp Wong, that's fuck. I mean, that's the Saudi way, bro. That's the Saudi way, bro. Saudi Arabia always has long ramps, bro. Every single time, bro. Every single time. They never change. But I'm not even mad about it. Like, it's the Rumble. You should get a long ramp, and there's no excuse, bro. Like, the recent Rumbles, they have done long ramps. So, I don't know why it's an issue for most of these people about long ramps. I enjoy more long ramps than short ramps. So that's just my opinion. So let's get back a little bit of this Roman Reigns fucking poster that I have for y'all. But yeah, yes, got Roman Reigns as the poster. This is not even the WWE poster, bro. This is literally a fan made poster, bro. Because WWE didn't even put that much effort when it comes to these posters, bro, this year. And advertisers. So I don't understand why the fuck they didn't do anything regarding this. JD bought me because I said he's always protecting his boyfriend Paul back. So he got why he block you? Why the fuck, bro? Were you saying something? Were you like not even protecting Paul Levesque and shit? Jesus Christ, bro. No wonder Undertaker teleports to the ring. Exactly, bro. I mean, that's the unfortunate part when it comes to these stages. And Roman Reigns, bro. Let's say Roman Reigns enters number 1 or number 2. That entrance is going to last like 15 minutes. So that's going to be an unfortunate part. So we just pray to God that he actually doesn't enter either 1 or 2. But one of the predictions I have for Roman Reigns, I'm going to actually tell y'all when we get to that prediction. So yeah. But yes, SmackDown happened tonight. And before we start the predictions tonight, I want to go real quick on what happened to SmackDown in Saudi Arabia tonight because we already got the results. And I saw a little bit of SmackDown earlier. So let me get y'all the results real quick before we move on into everything else. So yeah, let me get y'all real quick so I can get this out of the way. Anyway, so yeah, so we got a massive brawl, of course. I don't know why we'll care about this. I mean, literally, they did pretty much everything that they had to do. The only thing, though, that we didn't thought about is Randy Orton. Randy Orton actually announced his entry into this year's Men's Royal Rumble match. So, yes, he is officially in the Rumble tomorrow. He announced it tonight. He was not even announced yet. So, that is great news. And Randy Orton is indeed coming for that WWE Championship. Or, what if he actually faces CM Punk again at Mania? That would be fantastic, bro. I wouldn't mind Randy Orton versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. That would be fucking great. But yeah, Cody Rhodes, yes, he got booed tonight to start the show. Every time Cody Rhodes was trying to mention, the fact that he's going to win and all this shit, the crowd started booing. And they said, no, we don't want that. We do not want that, bro. It's like the Jordan meme, bro, which he's denying. Bro, no, gracias. We don't want that shit, bro. Move on, bro. And I can't even blame the fans. Like, it is 2 years in a row that Cody Rhodes won the Rumble. He did miss last year's Rumble because he was champion, but now he's back in the Rumble. And I don't want to see him like win the Rumble, honestly, again. Stay hydrated, by the way. Very important for your health. Durant says Roman Reigns is not happy with the recreated. Gee, I wonder why. Yeah, I saw that. I actually saw that before I was going to start the stream. Yes, Roman Reigns, he is indeed not happy with the fact that WWE didn't even capitalize on building some stories or building some excitement, building a week-to-week television program. They didn't do nothing in the absence of Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns felt disappointed with the fact that they didn't even do that much during his absence. And he's not wrong, bro. I completely agree with Roman Reigns. Everything that Roman Reigns said, I absolutely agree, because television recently has been absolutely shit. So can't even blame Roman Reigns for what he's saying. So that's why this is one of the reasons I respect Roman Reigns, man. Like, he's always real, bro. He's real when it comes to shit. So, Charlotte's going to take 15 years to get to the ring tomorrow. And Roman Reigns. Yeah. And if The Undertaker even shows up, he's going to take like 30 minutes, bro. So yeah. Jey Uso, bro. Yes, Jey Uso. Jey Uso won the fucking Rumble, man. So what else can I say, bro, about Jey Uso? But anyways, what else happened tonight? Carmelo Hayes, he defended the United States Championship in an open challenge against Rey Fenix tonight. I did not watch the match because I already knew who was gonna win this match. But let's go to what pretty much happened here. But yeah, Jey Uso actually appeared tonight. By the way, he actually appeared tonight in the segment. I don't know why. When he's a fucking tag team champion, he's not gonna win the Rumble, bro. Literally, he's a tag team champion. How is a tag team champion gonna win the fucking Rumble match? That's absolutely ridiculous, bro. Yes, Carmelo Hayes, like usual, he wrestles with absolutely no story, bro, which is ridiculous. But yes, Rey Fenix, he actually answered the call. Hayes makes his way back to the ring, going at it at Fenix before countering the pin attempt for a near fall out of his own. He takes Rey down for another close near fall, but Fenix takes him down to the corner for some shots. Hayes takes the challenger back down for another near fall. Fenix takes the fight back to Melo as we return from commercial break. Yes, commercial at the commercial at the commercial. Fucking commercial, bro. In time, Fenix to roll Hayes around for a knee fall, springboard elbow, gets Animal another 2 count. Melo sends the challenger to the ropes and draws him hard to the mat with crossbody. Hayes with some forearms before he's sent to the corner. Before he responds with a leaping DDT that draws Fenix for hard for a 2 count. Fenix is able to counter a first 48 for a near fall of his own before sending the champ to the corner. Fenix looks for a Phoenix driver, but taken down by Melo for 2. Mel and Phoenix trade kicks before knocking each other down to the canvas as the crowd chants in appreciation. Both men are slow to get up, but manage to do so, only to double down off the ropes as the Fiends fades to black for a moment up for break. Another commercial break. Jesus Christ. How many commercial breaks in this shit, bro? 2 commercial breaks in a match that has absolutely no story, bro. Jesus Christ, bro. Hayes is up first to his feet before Phoenix kicks up, and the 2 trade strikes before Phoenix is sent to the canvas for a near fall by the champ. Hayes takes the challenger to the corner, but Ray fights back from the turnbuckle as we return from break. Jesus. Wait, actually, they return from break. A slight stumble doesn't stop Ray for long before the landing a double stomp on the back on Mel. And Phoenix follows up with a moonsault, taking the champ down for a hard 2 counts. Phoenix dodges a lariat, but is taken down by Mel near fall. He has ropes, sending Phoenix right back down for another 2 counts. Hayes goes up now, but Phoenix dodges him for a DDT of his own for 2. Phoenix runs to the corner, but runs into a first 48, followed by the nothing but net. For the 1, 2, 3, Kamala Hayes retains the United States Championship. I can call down the match better than the actual television, which is ridiculous. So, absolutely great. But yeah, Kamala Hayes retains the United States Championship. And yes, after the match, Dragunov actually told him backstage that after he's done with The Miz tonight, he was going to go challenge Kamala Hayes for the United States Championship. The same way that Dragunov did got, or I should say, rewarded Kamala Hayes a United States Championship shot. So he's expecting Kamala Hayes to do the same for Ilya Dragunov. So I'm assuming Ilya Dragunov's going to be in the Rumble. I really hope he's in the Rumble because we need some low-key top guys that can actually hang with some of the top talent. And I think Dragunov is actually one of those guys that you want in the Rumble. So hopefully Dragunov is in the Rumble. So let's see what happens here. Yes, the Brock Lesnar good queer for the Rumble. I already mentioned that. Yes, he made it to a fucking random ass TB shit. So I'm not gonna mention that. I don't know if I should go to this. But one thing for sure I actually saw about this is that Damian Priest, by the way, Damian Priest actually show up to the backstage. He saw his entry number, and he didn't look pleased. He didn't look pleased with the number that he got, bro. He didn't look that happy, bro. So I'm assuming Priest is gonna enter pretty early in this year's Royal Rumble. What if he enters number 2 with Bron Breakker or so? I have no idea, but I'm assuming Damian Priest is gonna enter early in this year's men's Royal Rumble with the way that he reacted to this shit. So yeah. I'm probably not gonna go to this part. I mean, this just straight bathroom break, 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 bathroom break. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. Let's see what happened here. Oh my God, Johnny Gargano lost again. Jesus Christ, bro. Johnny Gargano lost again, bro. Oh my word. Alright, just ridiculous. Johnny Gargano deserves a lot better, bro, than this shit, bro. Johnny Gargano losing to both members of Fratium, bro. Absolutely ridiculous, bro. Johnny Gargano, he deserves so much better than this shit. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro, with this shit. Yes, AJ Styles, he actually show up tonight, and who knows if AJ Styles is gonna actually be making his first, or actually his last appearance on SmackDown tonight, which is pretty unfortunate. But I don't know if that's gonna be the case. I really hope that AJ Styles actually continues for a little bit, because I feel like starting the year, I don't think we should lose AJ Styles yet. But we'll see. We'll see. Dragunov versus The Miz. I'm assuming Dragunov won this match. Yeah, he won this match easily. I mean, there's no, it was a no-brainer. Obafemi. Yes, he's entering the Rumble. It's gonna be sick when we see Obafemi in the Rumble. Hopefully Obafemi actually ends in a face-to-face with Brock Lesnar, man. I really hope so, man. I really hope so. And The main event, which is a 8-man tag match. We got Division. I don't know why the Division is on SmackDown when they're part of Raw. I don't understand that shit. But yes, they took on Randy Orton, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and Sami Zayn. So yeah, it was all chaos. It was a disqualification. As Randy, Jey, Cody, and Sami won the match by DQ. We got Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre interrupting the match, and they took a massive brawl, and it ended up being Bron Breakker standing alone by himself by the time that show was over. So yeah, the show came to close. Honestly, if you if you didn't watch SmackDown, you absolutely did not miss anything. So instead of watching SmackDown, you can just watch the prediction streak here, which we haven't started yet. So absolutely ridiculous. So, anyways, with that being said, if you miss SmackDown, not even worth to watch. So the thing that y'all gotta watch though is the Rumble tomorrow. So. Matthew, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you coming to the stream. Yes, Alex is not here tonight. He was called for last minute duties, and unfortunately, he cannot make it to the show tonight. It was a last minute thing, so it was from work that he told me, and unfortunately, his work told him that he's gotta work double duty tonight, so he's gonna leave a little late than expected from his work. I'm assuming he's got a day off tomorrow. I'm assuming because he's got. He's got to do a prediction stream, and he's got to do the live stream tomorrow for the Rumble. So, I'm assuming he's going to do the content tomorrow. Anyways, Brandon, welcome to stream mode. How are you doing tonight? We're going to start the predictions right now. Durante says, did anyone see fucking Damian Priest walking around in a fucking Spider-Man costume? Like, what the fuck? Yes, I saw that, actually. It was the fucking point, man. You also saw the fucking, the clip. It was Damian Priest with, I think it was Xavier Woods. They were trying to fuck around with everybody on the plane. And, yeah. I don't know why the fuck Priest was fucking dressed like Spider-Man. Motherfucker, this is not Halloween, bro. Halloween is a fucking October, bro. We're literally in the first month of fucking 2026, bro. Jesus Christ, bro. I don't understand Damian Priest, bro. But it's kind of hilarious. I mean, humans, be humans, bro. Gotta be human one day, bro. That's things I do, bro. And I did it back in 23 with the Rey Mysterio costume for the Backlash 2023 in San Juan. So, speaking of Puerto Rico, yes, in May it is rumored that Backlash will be heading to Puerto Rico again. So, if that's the case, bet your ass there's gonna be some content there, live on stream. So, guarantee I'm gonna make that happen. So, hopefully, Backlash is in Puerto Rico again in May. So, yeah. Anyways, with that being said, guys, let's start off with the predictions. So let's show y'all the card real quick of this show. So let me gather with y'all what's the card looking like tonight, or tomorrow I should say. But yes, we got the 4 matches. You know, the Paul Levesque, Levesque, 4 matches, 4 matches PLEs, bro. Absolutely ridiculous. He did the same with War Games, bro. It pisses me off that fact that he does this shit every time. But I understand at the same time, like, both Rumble matches are going to take an hour at least. And the 2 mid-card matches are going to last at least 30 minutes each, bro. So, what can I tell you, bro? I don't take it seriously anymore. Bro, how can you take it? I don't take it seriously, bro. But anyways, guys, let me know which match from here, from this card that you see right here, which match is the most that you're most excited for, and the one that you least excited for. And if I can tell y'all, the one match I'm excited for the most is obviously the men's Royal Rumble match. I want to see what goes down there. I want to see what surprises WWE has in store. I did not read the surprises, so if you heard the surprises, do not even mention that in the chat, bro. Please. Just saying, bro. Do not even mention that in the chat, bro. I did my best to avoid spoilers for surrounding surprises, bro. I'm not going to see the surprises. I'm going to check tomorrow when I do the stream, and we'll see what surprises we have for tomorrow. So I'm not going to check any of that shit. But yes, the least match I'm excited for. Kind of tough one because I think all the matches are going to be great, honestly. I think all matches are going to be great. But if I had to say one match I'm like least excited for, it's probably Sami versus Drew McIntyre. And it doesn't have to do with the crowd, but it's the fact that the match is so predictable. Like, I'm not gonna mention who's gonna win this match yet, but I'm assuming y'all know already. But it's so predictable, and it's not gonna lead to something very important. So, I'm gonna mention to y'all when we get to that match, by that point. But yeah, the Royal Rumble. Either way, the card was. I mean, obviously, with both Rumble matches, it should be a fucking good show. I'm assuming. There's no way that we fuss up this show. But with the lack of advertisements, they can somehow fuck up this show, bro. And with Paul Levesque fucking running things, bro. With Bruce Prichard and fucking Road Dogg and all these people, bro. Backstage. God knows what can happen, bro. Anything can happen on this show. So yeah. With that being said, guys, let's start off with the matches. So we're gonna start off with the women's Royal Rumble match. Let me know who's gonna win this year's women's Royal Rumble match, which is gonna be pretty interesting. And I already mentioned my prediction when I was doing the predictions with some of my people in the WhatsApp chat that we have regarding predictions that we do every single month. And I got some things to say about this. And I'm gonna start off with first saying who's gonna win this match. And I'm gonna say a returning Bianca Belair should win this match. Why? Just let me be clear with y'all. Let me tell y'all why Bianca should win this match. First of all, had y'all seen the SmackDown roster? You know what? Let me show y'all the SmackDown roster. Hold up. Let me show y'all the SmackDown roster. I'm gonna show y'all how the SmackDown roster absolutely will spike, bro. Because this SmackDown roster is absolutely nowhere to be seen, bro. Like, let me get y'all a clear view of how it was like. Because I just cannot believe people are telling me that she shouldn't win because of this and that. But let me show y'all how this fucking SmackDown roster is looking like. There you go, right there. Absolute shit, garbage, trash, basura. It was like this. Absolutely garbage. The fucking SmackDown roster. Absolutely shit. Goddamn, bro. So, with that being said, like, why the fuck will a Raw talent win this Rumble match? I understand you can choose whoever champion you can go for WrestleMania, but I'm looking at story, how things are looking, and the directions of how things are going. But here's the thing. I know some people are saying Liv Morgan should win this match. And the thing is, I don't think she's not winning. I don't think she's not winning. And the reason I say Bianca is with that same reason. The SmackDown roster needs some fucking help, bro. Like, they need absolutely help. Help needs to be sent to that SmackDown roster. And with Bianca, I don't know if she's cleared or she's getting closer to be cleared. But if she is, she should be back like ASAP. And she should win the Rumble. And the match between Bianca and Jade needs to happen pretty much right now, like ASAP. Because I can't even think of a bigger match than that for Jade Cargill right now. I don't know what other match for Jade Cargill you can put in at WrestleMania. So, sure, you have Jordynne Grace versus Jade Cargill, but the thing is, I don't see that right now as a WrestleMania match because Jordynne Grace hasn't reached that level yet where she's over with the fans. I mean, you saw last week on SmackDown, the crowd was fucking quiet. They literally sent crickets to Jade Cargill. Actually, let me send y'all. Let me show y'all how they did. Like, this is how they did. Like, let me show y'all the clips. So Let me get my crickets here real quick. Actually, no, I don't think y'all can hear it. Oh wait, fuck. I actually so white. I'm a retard, bro. Excuse me for that, by the way. So, let me check. You hear that? Exactly, bro. That's literally Jordan Grace. The last time we saw her on SmackDown, bro. Absolutely nothing but crickets, bro. Absolutely nothing but crickets every time she had the mic or when she appeared. They didn't show any fucking reaction, bro. Any fucking reaction for Jordan Grace, bro. And I feel terrible for her. I feel fucking terrible. But can you blame the crowd when they haven't done anything with Jordan Grace? Absolutely not. It's not like last year's Rumble when she had one of the best pops of the night at last year's Rumble, and she had an incredible performance at the Rumble. I'm assuming she's going to be at the Rumble this year, but I don't think she's not going to reach the same performance as last year. I mean, last year she put up one of the best performances in Women's Royal Rumble history, and my God, the crowd was insane for her. They were insane. This year it's going to be it's that opposite. They're going to be nothing but crickets for Jordan Grace, and I don't think Jordan Grace is ready for Jade Cargill yet for a match at WrestleMania. Maybe soon, maybe for a future WrestleMania, but at least this year's WrestleMania, I don't think it's not gonna happen, unfortunately. So back to the Bianca case. The best match they can make for Jade Cargill right now, it's not Tiffany Stratton. We see Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill so many times already. Been there, done that. No need to see that again. Goodbye. The match that we need to see at this year's WrestleMania is undoubtedly Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. That's the match that we need to see, and they want to have a big caliber match with Jade Cargill. Bianca Belair is that answer. And as far as the Women's World Championship goes, the thing is, sure, it makes sense for Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer match, but at the same time, I don't think that match is as big as a match like Rhea Ripley versus Stephanie Vaquer. I think the best match that they can make for Stephanie Vaquer at WrestleMania is a match with Rhea Ripley. I think that's a way bigger match than a match with Liv Morgan for Stephanie Vaquer. So I don't know if WWE is going to save that for a future WrestleMania or a SummerSlam. I have no idea. But the thing is, we got WrestleMania right around the corner. So I don't know if WWE is going to play the long game or they're going to play the short game. If they were going to play the short game, then sure, let's have Rhea Ripley win the Chamber and head to WrestleMania and face Stephanie Vaquer for that championship at WrestleMania. And Bianca Belair faces Jade Cargill. I got a question for y'all. Who's going to be the Iron Woman of this Rumble? And I got a couple in mind. Because last year we just saw Io Sky being the Iron Woman in this match. And the same for Liv Morgan. And Roxanne Perez. We got like a couple Iron Womans in the match. I think the one that was actually Iron Woman and runner-up at the same time was actually Roxanne Perez. Which they all did fantastic. But I think it's time to change it this year. So if I had to choose from this list, I'm probably going with Lyra Valkyria to be the Iron Woman in this match. I think Lyra has been like in the middle of her booking. I mean, she's been winning and losing, but recently she's been losing more than winning. So I'm like, Lyra needs something big, and I'm like, she needs like a big performance here. So last year she didn't do great at the Rumble. I mean, I'm talking about like the amount of time she lasted. She was the first or second female eliminated from the Women's Rumble, and she was the current Intercontinental Champion. So I'm like, damn, she only lasted long, and she was the champion, and she was eliminated that quick. She only lasted like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. She didn't last that long. And I feel like this year we need to change that. And I think Vaquer should be the one who actually becomes the Iron Woman in this match. Do I see some surprises this year for the women? I think we see, yeah, I already mentioned it, Bianca Belair. I think we're gonna see a returning Paige. I think Paige will return tomorrow. I know she's been posting about her training and the fact that she's not in Saudi, but you know they can all be lying. This could all be pre-tape, and they could have posted this like a week in advance and all that shit, or a week behind. So who knows? But I feel like Paige is gonna show up tomorrow at the Rumble. That's just my prediction. Another one that I could see is, I think I mentioned Will of Ice. I think I have it here. But yeah, I did. Will of Ice, I expect her to be in the Rumble. I expect her to be in the Rumble. I think Will of Ice in the Rumble, I think that's going to be fantastic. Blake Monroe, she was rumored. I don't think she's not official yet, but I would like to see her in the Rumble. I think a lot of the fans still don't know fully who Blake Monroe is. So Blake Monroe in this Rumble, I think it will be a very good addition for the women. So I'm like, sure, let's just add Blake Monroe into this year's Rumble. So Ruka, that's another one. So Ruka, man, So Ruka in the Rumble, man, that would be fucking great. I mean, you saw her performances recently, and pretty much ever since she arrived in NXT, she's been one of the best female talent. In fact, not even that, probably one of the best talent WWE's ever had in recent memory. Now, like, having her in the Rumble for the first time, that's gonna be fantastic. And So Ruka is gonna shock a lot of people if she does actually compete tomorrow night at the Rumble, or tomorrow afternoon, I should say. Another person I would like to see, and I think she's returning tomorrow as well, is AJ Lee. And I think AJ Lee is going to be there for one reason and one reason only, and that is to continue the feud with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch already announced her entry into Rumble tomorrow, and I think they're going to continue the rivalry that they have. Do I think either AJ or Becky will be in the top 4? I don't think so. I think this will be like a Edge and Judgment Day type of situation, when Edge didn't last that long, even with his return, but they still blow it out. I feel like something's going to happen similar with AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. And they're going to stay blowing from pretty much most of the arena. And I think something like that's going to happen like that. Jonathan, yeah, you mentioned champions should not be in the Rumble, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with you. But in this case, Becky is pretty much star power, so you need star power in this Rumble. But you already got enough star power in this Rumble, so I don't know you need Becky Lynch in the Series Rumble when she's already the champion. If she was not the champion, sure, she has to be in the Rumble. But yeah, I do agree with you. Whoever's the current champion, doesn't matter, you're a women's tag team champion, and you're a women's intercontinental champion, women's United States champion, don't matter. And the same applies to the men. If you're a champion, you should not be allowed to be in the Rumble, because that takes opportunities from those who are willing to get opportunities. And I think WWE still doesn't understand it to this day, that by being a champion already, you're already telling them that they're not going to win the Royal Rumble match. So that's something that I feel like they should consider, and consider that later on as we move on the years. But yes, AJ Lee, I think she's returning tomorrow, and she's gonna blow it out with Becky Lynch, and that's how we're gonna continue the feud going to WrestleMania, because I think they're gonna have a match at WrestleMania for that Intercontinental Championship. I mentioned Will of Ice already. If I can think of different women, maybe like a Sawyer, maybe like a Kendall Gray. I would like to see Kendall Gray in the Rumble. Kendall Gray is fucking great. And y'all haven't seen Kendall Gray in NXT, man, she is literally the female version of Kurt Angle. She is fucking great. Every move she does is like so smooth, and so good that I'm like, man, I just enjoy seeing her wrestle. Kendall Gray, man, and I think she's gonna win that NXT Women's Championship at Stand Deliver in April, and we finally get things going with Kendall Gray and lead that women's roster behind her back. And I'm really hoping that they do that because Kendall Gray is fucking great. So yeah, Kendall Gray, that's another one that I want to see in the Rumble time. And yeah, there's plenty of other women that we can see in this year's Women's Rumble. So yeah, I know some people got spoiled because of the pictures. For example, in the pictures that they've been posting on Instagram, yeah, Nikki Bella was seen in Saudi Arabia, so they already spoiled Nikki Bella's return, which she hasn't appeared in like a month. So it is a very possibility and pretty much confirmed that Nikki Bella is going to be in the Rumble. So I don't know why the fuck WWE didn't even announce Nikki Bella in the video packages that we got when she was already seen in those pictures that people sent through social media. So they could have announced it already. JCJ in the Women's Royal Rumble match, most likely. Actually, I think she most likely actually going to be entering the Rumble. I mean, Julia entered last year as champion. Why can't JCJ do the same? So, yeah, sure, JCJ in the Rumble. I think that actually might be the case. So, yeah, that's pretty much some of the women that I think is going to be entering the Women's Royal Rumble. And if I had to say a runner-up, actually, before the runner-up, let me tell y'all the top four. So, Bianca Belair is one of them. Liv Morgan is another. So, I think she's going to last the top four. Rhea Ripley. And, ooh, this is a tough one, actually. And a returning Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany Stratton is returning tomorrow as well. So, yes, Tiffany Stratton, I think she's returning tomorrow. And I think she's going to be part of the top four. So, I got Bianca Belair, I got Liv Morgan, I got Rhea Ripley, and I got Tiffany Stratton. I think that's your top four that are going to be lasting in the Women's Royal Rumble. If I had to say a runner-up, most likely, even though I've seen her so many times already, the fact that she's been runner-ups, but I probably gotta have to say Liv Morgan, fortunately. I don't know. Liv Morgan, or maybe even Tiffany Stratton as well. So, or Rhea Ripley, I don't know. But it's one of these three. But if I had to say one, probably Liv Morgan. Even though she's been running up for so long already, like it's ridiculous. But yeah, I'll talk about the longer picture, and I think the longer picture, I think it should be Bianca winning the Rumble instead of Liv. I know Liv deserves to win the Rumble, but Bianca needs to win this Rumble just because of the sake of the SmackDown Women's roster. The fact that it's trash right now, so they need some fucking help, and I think Bianca's gonna send them the help that they need. So that's who I think is gonna win the Women's Royal Rumble. I think it's gonna be great, and yeah, we'll see what happens in that Women's Royal Rumble. So yeah, let's move on. Let's move on with the show. And yes, we got the WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre, who is the current champion, Drew McIntyre, taking on Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship. Yes, Drew McIntyre is current WWE champion. I'm happy for him that he's defending that title at the Rumble, and most likely he's going to be holding that championship going into WrestleMania. I just don't see him lose that championship before Mania. I don't think it doesn't make sense having him lose just before Mania. So yes, Drew McIntyre, I think he's winning. I think he's beating Sami. One of the reasons this match is happening is because Sami Zayn is so loved in Saudi Arabia compared to the other three that were mentioned in that Fatal 4-Way match. You know, Trick Williams, Trick Williams, it was Damien Priest, and it was Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton's probably more loved, though, in my opinion, but Sami Zayn is mostly known for Saudi Arabia fans, and I think that crowd's going to be electric for Sami Zayn tomorrow, and challenging Drew McIntyre. I think that's probably the perfect way to go. And you know the Triple H way to go things, the safe Vivek way, safely way to go with things. Yes, Drew McIntyre, he's gonna have a very good match with Sami Zayn. The crowd's gonna be hot for this match. But the thing is, this is the reason excited I am for one of the matches at the Rumble. It's because of how predictable this is. But it has to be done. That's the thing. It has to be done. So Drew McIntyre's gonna win. He's gonna be Sami. Do I think Sami's gonna enter the Rumble? Even if he loses? Most likely. I think Sami's gonna try to avenge himself from losing to Drew McIntyre and try to have a second chance in the Rumble and try to win it. So in my opinion, I think he's gonna enter one of the last few. So let's say, I don't know, maybe enters number 25, number 26, get one of those spots, and tries to win it. Tries to win it after losing to Drew McIntyre. And I think Sami's going to enter one of the last few after he's done with Drew McIntyre. But yes, Drew McIntyre's retaining. I'm assuming Drew McIntyre's going to be holding that championship until Mania. And yeah, we're going to have to wait and see how things go down between him and Sami Zayn. So yeah. But yeah, should be a great match either way. So yeah. Let's move on to the next match. Which is another one that I'm excited for. And I'm gonna put this in the poll. So I'm gonna do a poll real quick. So let's do this poll real quick before we move on into things. And there you go. So yeah, y'all can vote now to see who y'all want to see win this match. So yeah, AJ Styles, he's gonna go one-on-one with Gunther, but with a twist. AJ Styles' career is on the line. It is on the line tomorrow, and tomorrow could be the very last time that we could see AJ Styles inside a WWE ring. And it still feels surreal. It doesn't feel real, honestly. The fact that this could be AJ Styles' final match. And with all these rumors that AJ Styles been having, you know, his contract is lasting pretty much until February, just before Mania. And the fact that he wants to go back to TNA. I don't know if he actually said it himself, but with the way that he got booked last time TNA, assuming he's going to come back to TNA to have a feud with Frankie Kazarian and have one final run over there in TNA. And then his career there, where he pretty much started, which was in TNA. And where he got his name going and his name famous. I mean, if it wasn't for TNA, there would be no AJ Styles right now. That's just the truth. That's just the real truth. And TNA pretty much I'll be honest, TNA is his home. TNA is his home. It's not WWE, it's TNA. TNA is his home. So not gonna be surprised if AJ Styles actually does return to TNA. So I'm assuming by the time that his contract expires, I think he's gonna sign with TNA. And I think he's gonna have one final run there. You know, I'm assuming he's gonna sign like a less than a year contract, pretty much until December, I'm assuming. So they can have that run for AJ Styles. And that run will go down to December. So yes. With that being said though, do I think that's happening though? That's the thing. Do I think that's happening? Because, you know, like AJ Styles said tonight on SmackDown that when he beats Gunther, he wants to have this AJ Styles retirement tour throughout the year and all the way to December. Just like pretty much John Cena had last year with his retirement tour. AJ Styles is looking to do the same this year for his own retirement. But that is only if he beats Gunther. If he doesn't beat Gunther, his career is over. So what do I think is going to happen? With how things are going, it's just Shinsuke Nakamura, they put out on social media the fact that AJ Styles could actually be retiring at the Rumble. And then he deleted that tweet or that story that he put out in his Instagram. Man, it's kind of tough for him, but Gunther, man. The thing is, I don't think Gunther should be losing. I don't think Gunther shouldn't be losing, even though Gunther loss to AJ Styles does not hurt him, because he already beat AJ Styles on Monday Night Raw earlier in the year. So I'm like, a loss to AJ Styles doesn't hurt him. But if this is actually AJ Styles' last appearance in WWE under the WWE contract, then it's gonna have to be done. And that's what I'm gonna say, that Gunther is gonna end the career of AJ Styles, unfortunately. Do I want to see that happen? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think AJ Styles should run it for the rest of the year, or at least until WrestleMania. Because retiring in Saudi Arabia, unlike, I don't think that's not the right place for him. You know, maybe retire like Lance, Georgia. Maybe retire WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam. Any of those PLEs. Or Saturday Night's Main Event, something like that. But no, you're going to retire in Saudi Arabia? No, like, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. So, I don't know about you guys. Do y'all think that's the right thing to do? To have AJ Styles retire in Saudi Arabia? Because I'll be honest, I don't think that's not the right thing to do. But if this is actually the last time that we got AJ Styles inside the contract with the WWE, then it's going to have to be done. So, Gunther, I hate to say this, but he's going to win. I hate to say this, but he's going to win. What happens afterwards for Gunther? I don't know. The one thing I can think of is something I'm going to mention later on regarding a certain superstar that is actually in the Rumble match. And Gunther actually said that he's going to be in the Rumble. Like, in that promo with AJ Styles, he technically said that he's going to be in the Rumble. So he said that he was going to do double duty, not only face AJ Styles, but also be in the men's Rumble match. So yes, Gunther will be in the Rumble match by his announcement. So I don't know if they're going to find each other in the Rumble, but it's a possibility. So we're going to have to wait and see. I think Gunther's retiring AJ Styles tomorrow night at the Royal Rumble, unfortunately. So AJ Styles, man, he's had a great career. I mean, this will mark 10 years since the day that he made his debut. 10 years ago, 2016. Arguably the greatest debut in the history of the company. The greatest Royal Rumble debut in the history of the company. Like, his debut will go down in the history books. Like, I just can't think of a bigger surprise on that night than AJ Styles. I just can't think of. AJ Styles, multi-time WWE champion. He won the WWE Championship actually in his first year, by the way. Just months after he made his debut. Like, that's how high they were on AJ Styles. Like, they already knew how good AJ Styles was. And he already knew that AJ Styles was that good. Why did he make him lose at WrestleMania to fucking Chris Jericho? I'm like, what the fuck? Why the fuck did he lose to Chris Jericho that year? That was one of the things that I just did not understand. I just felt like Chris Jericho should have put it over. Or, actually, I think Chris Jericho actually pitched to put over AJ Styles. But then Vince McMahon, I think he changed plans, and they wanted Chris Jericho to win the match instead of AJ Styles. And I'm like, that's just a petty decision, bro. That's just a retarded decision, in my opinion. I feel like AJ Styles should have won that match. Like, Chris Jericho wouldn't be hurt from losing to a match against a guy like AJ Styles. Come on, fam. But either way, it did not hurt AJ Styles because he went on to win the WWE Championship. Chris Jericho, going to the year, he ended up winning the United States Championship later in the year. Or pretty much the end of the year, he ended up winning the United States Championship. But AJ Styles went from losing to Chris Jericho to actually winning the WWE Championship. So I'm like, anything can happen, bro. And AJ Styles, they were high on AJ Styles that year. And then he won the title again in 2017 in a pre-tape show with Jinder Mahal, who had one of the worst WWE Championship reigns of all time. And they went on to win a couple more championships as we kept going through the years. But yes, the last time that AJ Styles was champion was 2018. That's the thing. Last time he was champion was 2018. And he hasn't won a championship ever since. You know, like a major championship. I just wish he had another World Championship run, but it is what it is. But yes, AJ Styles, man, he's had an incredible career. incredible WWE career, incredible TNA career, incredible wrestling career, one of the greatest careers of all time, and he's easily a top wrestler of all time. I don't know where y'all ranking in the all-time list, but he's most definitely in the top 20, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Top 20 at like probably the minimum, I would say. Minimum like top 20, I would say. And he deserves to be up there because he's done so much for this industry. And he's been doing this for almost 30 years. Almost 30 years. It's fucking insane. So, yes, we're going to miss AJ Styles when he's done tomorrow, if that's the case, which is a possibility. And we're going to have to wait and see if that's going to be actually the case. So, yeah, let's move on to our final match on this show. And we got the men's Royal Rumble match, which we're going to discuss that pretty much right now. So, let me put that right now on the screen. And there you go. So yeah. Let me cut down. By the way, yes. Yeah, y'all rooting for AJ Styles? Yeah, I knew. I mean, come on. I knew y'all were rooting for AJ Styles. So I mean, I'm also rooting for AJ Styles. But the thing is he winning tomorrow? I don't think so. I don't think so. Unfortunately, I don't think so. With the way things are looking, I don't think so. But anyways, let's talk about the men's Rumble. This is the match I'm mostly anticipated for. So yeah. Stay hydrated, by the way. And this is what happens when I don't have hours tonight, by the way. So I cannot have like actual breaks to in between. So I gotta like do this since I'm solo. But hopefully hours is available by the time that we get to Elimination Chamber in February. So we're gonna see how that goes. I don't know if it's in February or if it's in March. I think it's February, most likely. We're gonna have to wait to see. But yeah. Anyways, men's Rumble. This could be an interesting one. And I'm gonna gather my stuff here, my surprises, what things gonna show up and all that stuff. So yeah. Let's first talk about who do I think is gonna win. And I'm assuming some of y'all are not going to be happy with the name that I'm going to say. Because this guy has not shown up on television at all. Honestly. He has not shown up to television since War Games. And it's like, why would you give it to someone that doesn't even show up to television instead of giving it to someone who's been working his ass off week after week, full time on television, and why you didn't give it to that guy? And I'll talk about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, I think he's winning the Rumble, and one of the reasons he's winning the Rumble is because of what he said in Survivor Series. Survivor Series, he already teased of going after the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship. So he's going after either CM Punk or Cody Rhodes. But Cody Rhodes is not champion now. Cody Rhodes is not champion. So that's interesting. So I'm assuming the match between Cody and Roman is out of the card now that Cody is no longer champion. But I think the way that they're going with this is Roman Reigns wins the Rumble and goes to Mania to face CM Punk. I think he's challenging CM Punk for the world title. I don't think that's the match that I want. That's just my honest opinion. I don't think that's the match that I want for WrestleMania. I almost rather see, Roman Reigns versus Bron Breakker. CM Punk versus Bron Breakker. And other matches I just want to see. And it's Seth Rollins actually makes it on time, which I don't know if that's a possibility. So that's going to depend. But if Roman Reigns wins, I don't think he's not challenging for the WWE Championship. Because Drew McIntyre is the WWE Champion. And I just don't want to see a Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. I mean, we already been there, done that. We already seen that match so many times. Now, like, we don't need to see that match at all. Doesn't make sense. I know last year we did saw Roman Reigns and CM Punk, but that was with Seth Rollins. This year, they don't have Seth Rollins. Now, like, maybe they run CM Punk and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And that's one of the matches, one of the big matches that they can make for this year's WrestleMania. And I'm like, I don't know what other match they can do for Roman Reigns than CM Punk, honestly. The other one is Braun Breaker, that's for sure. I think Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns, I think that's the match that should have been booked at WrestleMania. But the issue here is, if they do that match, who is CM Punk gonna face? I really don't know. So, this is a very tricky situation. So, if they want to go the safe way, Roman Reigns wins and challenges CM Punk at WrestleMania. Now that we see the WWE Championship wide open. And Cody was, he's in there, Randy was in there, Jacob Fatu's in there, and all these guys. Matthew says, take me back to 2010s, bro. The old ones would like to take me back to the 90s. Literally, bro. Literally. The 2010s were fucking fantastic, man. I wish I can go back. Unfortunately, you gotta move into the future. The future with AI, all that shit, bro. And with fucking Lacey back and all that shit. But yeah, I think Roman Reigns wins. I think he challenges CM Punk for the world title. Because the thing is, like I said earlier, he either said he's going after Punk or Cody. But Cody already lost the title. So the only one that makes sense here is CM Punk. And he's served at the face of both of them. So the only one that makes sense here, since Cody lost the title, is CM Punk. So I think CM Punk and Roman Reigns is a match that they can very well do at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. Does it need a World Heavyweight Championship? Definitely not. But this is a Royal Rumble, and the only way you can make that match is by winning the Rumble. And CM Punk is the current world champion. So it's going to be watching by on who could be winning this thing. So yeah, that leaves open the WWE Championship match. So Drew McIntyre is going to be standing alone at the WrestleMania. But who's going to go after him? And I'm assuming they do a chamber match. But here's the thing. Do you guys want to see Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre again at WrestleMania? Like, does that, like, seriously, do you want to see Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre again at WrestleMania? And like, that's gonna be your night 2 main event? And I'm like, fuck no, bro. Fuck that shit. Like, can you imagine that downgrade for night 2 main event compared to the other years? Between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes? Like, really? That's all you can do? And I don't think they should. Baby Mando, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you coming. Roman Reigns doesn't need to win another Rumble. No, he doesn't need to win another Rumble. He doesn't have to. He's already won it. Been there, done that, move on. But in this case, this is a tricky situation, so that's what I'm saying. He's most definitely winning the Rumble. And one of the reasons I'm saying it's not Braun Breaker is because of the way they're doing television right now. The Vision is saying they're going to do their hardest, the absolute hardest, to have Braun Breaker win the Rumble match. And with the way that they're going with television, I'm like, Adam Pearce easily reinstated Braun Breaker from suspension. And I'm like, that's all they have for this face-to-face that they had on Monday Night Raw? That's how you're going to lead into the Rumble? And I'm like, I don't think that's not enough. I think that's like a little too soft that they did with things. But I think y'all saw the spoiler that happened earlier tonight. I'm not going to mention it, but it was a hilarious one. But if y'all did, then let me know in the chat, honestly. But the thing is, whether it's true or not, Braun Breaker with the way that he's been booked, I think he's doing it. I think Adam Pearce is doing it this way because he wants to somehow fuck things up with Braun Breaker and have him enter very early into this year's Royal Rumble. So, fuck it, I'll just say it. And y'all saw the fucking SmackDown tapies. Yes, Braun Breaker. They did botch his entry number, and yes, he is scheduled to enter number 1. And I think that's a great strategy from Adam Pearce. Like, take it easy on Braun Breaker, with his suspension, all that stuff. And he's like, all right, you can get into the Rumble, but let's say what if you can win from this position? Then you can prove me that you can go to WrestleMania and get a championship match with CM Punk again. And I'm like, maybe that's a good idea, actually. Maybe Braun Breaker can enter from that spot. So Braun Breaker entering for number 1, I think that's a pretty nice decision. So yeah, Braun Breaker entering number 1, I think it's a very nice decision. Which is why I'm saying I don't think he's not winning the Rumble, because the vision is saying that they're gonna do the hardest to protect Braun Breaker and to have him win the Rumble match. I'm like, somehow, some way, they're gonna fuck things up, and they're not gonna have him win the Rumble. So they're trying to make this so obvious, but it's not gonna happen. Braun Breaker's not winning the Rumble, even though I want Braun Breaker to win the Rumble, but with the way they're booking Braun Breaker right now, I'm like, I don't think they're not gonna do it. That's just me. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, back to the WWE Championship situation. Do you guys want to see Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes again, WrestleMania? Honestly, I don't think so. So I got plenty of points. What if, instead of looking at the number 1 contender match at the Chamber, whoever wins has the WrestleMania, what if Drew McIntyre defends that title at the Elimination Chamber? Have Drew McIntyre, have Cody Rhodes, have Jacob Fatu, and have 3 other men on the SmackDown side of things. So you can add, let's say, Ilya Dragunov. We can add Sami Zayn. And we can add, I don't know, who can we add in this match? Damian Priest. That's another. Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, Ilya Dragunov, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre. I think that should be the top 6 to be in the Chamber, with Drew defending his championship. And that's how I think we can get things a lot better for WrestleMania, because for WrestleMania, I think it's better to see Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. I think that's a better match to book at WrestleMania than just Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. That's just my opinion. And with the way things are looking, I think they might be going towards that direction. So we're going to have to wait and see how that goes. But I think that's how they should book it. And let's say we crown Cody Rhodes again, WWE Champion. Honestly, I wouldn't even have Cody Rhodes win that Chamber. I would probably have Drew McIntyre win the Chamber as well, both having Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes. So let's say we get double fuckery here, which having both Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu eliminated, which lets to Drew McIntyre win. Something like that could happen. But Drew McIntyre, I think it's better for him to defend that title at the Chamber than just waiting for WrestleMania and look for his opponent. That's how I think it should happen. So yeah. Who do I think is going to have... Actually, I didn't mention it for the Women's Rumble. Who's going to have the most E-wins? I'm going to do it for the Women's Rumble first. I think this is a tough one, actually. This is a tough one because I don't think it's not going to be Nia Jax. Been there, done that. We already seen it. I think we should see somebody else. I think Jordynne Grace is going to have the most E-wins. That is my prediction. Jordynne Grace, I think she's gonna have a better performance. I want to say better performance than last year, but I think she should get a lot of events. I think she should get a lot of evens. I think Jordan Grace should be the one who should get the most evens in this year's Royal Rumble. I don't think I just don't see any other having more evens than Jordan Grace. I just don't see it. And you want to have Jordan Grace as a caliber opponent for Jade Cargill moving towards the future. I think Jordan Grace is a very nice choice of being dominant in this year's Rumble. As far as the men, who's gonna have the most evens? I think it's this guy who is on screen. I don't know if y'all can see it, but yes, Obafemi. Yes, Obafemi is announced for the Rumble tomorrow, and I think Obafemi's going to do great. I don't know what number he's going to be entering, but Obafemi, he's going to be having the most evens. I think he's going to have an incredible performance tomorrow. If it's not Obafemi, maybe Jacob Fatu again, maybe Bronson Reed, maybe Braun Breaker. I don't think Brock Lesnar is not. No, I don't think Brock Lesnar. Sure, he's gonna have some events, but I don't think he's not gonna have the most events. But I think Obafemi should be the one who has the most events in the Rumble. That's my opinion. I think Obafemi should be the one who should get the most events, and I think he's gonna have a very, very good performance tomorrow night. Is he entering early? Is he entering late? That's a good question, and I think he should be entering, like, let's say at number 10, number 8, or number 15, around that spot. I think that's probably the perfect spot for Obafemi to get in there. Or here's the other thing. I actually made this as a bonus. I want to see a face-to-face between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. I want to see a face-to-face between those two. Can you imagine how the crowd's gonna be with Brock Lesnar and Obafemi face-to-face? Holy fucking shit. That crowd's gonna go fucking bananas by having these two face-to-face. And not only Brock Lesnar with Obafemi, Brock Lesnar with GUNTHER, which they did it a couple years back, but and GUNTHER's playing this career killer character. I think another person that GUNTHER could be considering retiring is that man right there, Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar and GUNTHER could also be going face to face, and maybe, just maybe, this one of the ways that they could be doing the match at WrestleMania, because one of the rumor matches, and I think this match is most definitely happening, Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania versus GUNTHER. But here's the thing. SummerSlam is in Minneapolis. I think it's in Minneapolis, if I'm not mistaken. It's not like, does it need to happen at WrestleMania? I'm like, probably not. So I'm like, I think what we should do, because GUNTHER's the career killer, I think we should save Brock Lesnar and GUNTHER for SummerSlam in Brock Lesnar's hometown, Minneapolis, for Brock Lesnar's final match, because one of the rumors going around is that Brock Lesnar could be retiring this year, and no better way to retire than his hometown of Minneapolis at SummerSlam. And that'll be probably your main event for night one, in my opinion, because I think that's gonna be 2 nights at SummerSlam. So I think Brock Lesnar should be very well just that. I think he should be in the main event of night one against GUNTHER, and GUNTHER ends Brock Lesnar's career. So I think we should do GUNTHER Brock Lesnar at Minneapolis for Brock Lesnar's final match. But before that, if we're talking about WrestleMania, I think Brock Lesnar should be facing somebody like Obafemi. And I think we should start with that when we get to the Rumble. So I think if we can start hard with Obafemi, I think Obafemi should eliminate Brock Lesnar. I think he should eliminate Brock Lesnar. Can you imagine the pop that Obafemi will get by eliminating Brock Lesnar? I think that's going to be fantastic. And Obafemi Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania, like, it's like a passing the torch. I think Brock Lesnar is going to be passing not one, but 2 torches. One with Obafemi, and the other one with GUNTHER, as far as dominant goes. And Obafemi, I think it's the next big thing. And Brock Lesnar giving the torch to Obafemi, I think that's gonna be fucking perfect. And a match between him and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, I think it's gonna be fucking great. So I'm really hoping that it really does consider that and have Obafemi go at it with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I think that's gonna be great. So yeah. What did he mention? Final Four. Oh yeah, Final Four. Yeah, sure. We can talk about Final Four. Let's talk about Final Four. Sure. Final Four. I got Braun Breaker. I got Roman Reigns. I got Cody Rhodes. And the last one's a tough one, actually. I'm probably thinking Randy Orton. Or a surprise one will be Obafemi. I think I'm between Randy Orton or Obafemi in the Final Four. That's just my opinion. I think either Randy or Obafemi should be in the Final Four. That's just my opinion. I know the division's going to be around either way. I think they're going to be eliminated before the top four goes. You know, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and pick Bronson Reed. I think there's still going to be around. To see if they can get Braun Breaker that Rumble win. And that's how they're going to get things fucked up. So that's why I'm saying Braun Breaker's not winning. Because somehow, some way, they're going to fuck this up with Braun Breaker. So, like I mentioned, Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker, Cody Rhodes, and Obafemi. I think that's going to be your top four for the Rumble. If not Obafemi, Randy Orton. Randy Orton should be in the top four. So yeah. Top five, it's going to be easily there. But if we're saying top four, that's a tough one. But I would like to see Obafemi in that spotlight. For top four. So yeah. There was one name, and it's actually there. Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio actually suffered a rib injury. I thought at first it was a knee injury. Or a shoulder injury. But now the injury is now confirmed that it's actually a shoulder injury. Oh, or rib injury, I should say. Excuse me, a rib injury. So yes, Rey Mysterio did suffer that injury, but reports are saying that it is believed that it's not serious. So, with that being said, Rey Mysterio right now is still scheduled to be at the Rumble. They actually advertised him on SmackDown tonight. So with the way things are looking, Rey Mysterio is pretty much confirmed for the Royal Rumble. So yeah, that is great news because I thought Rey Mysterio was not going to be in the Rumble. So right now, as of right now, I'm saying this as of right now. So yeah. By the way, how cute is this? Io Sky just said she wanted to do intergender match or a mixed tag team match with Rey Mysterio. She said I want to have an intergender match or a mixed tag match because I didn't have any, and it has so many in my WWE career. I want to tag team with Rey Mysterio both in the video game and in real life. But 2K is going to be easy to voice. Well, that's fantastic. Well, Paul Vaquer actually hearing this, by the way, you're gonna make that official at some point. You know, because we were supposed to have the mixed tag match, but instead with EO, it was supposed to be Rhea and Rhea. But you want to have that soon. We can make it with Rhea and EO versus with Morgan and Dominic. I think it's gonna be fantastic. Maybe they booked that for Backlash in Puerto Rico. I have no idea. Who knows? So we're gonna have to wait and see. And yeah, speaking of Rey Mysterio, yes, as of right now, he is still confirmed for the Rumble. He was advertised tonight on SmackDown. And they did change his avatar, by the way, because they don't want to show some part of his mask. I don't know why. But yet they show his tattoos. He has like 1 million tattoos in his body. But yes, Rey Mysterio, yes, as of right now, he is confirmed for the Rumble. I'm not going to be surprised if he lasts way less than expected. Because I'm assuming they're going to try and be cautious with his injury. So if he's gonna be in there in the Rumble, I don't think he's not gonna last long. to be cautious with the injuries. So if that's the case, I have no problem with that. I just want him to appear. I just want him to be there and at least wrestle and participate. But I don't think it's not lasting long. That's just my opinion because of the injury. And you're not gonna have him do that much physical stuff. I'll have him enter pretty late in the Rumble and play this Wolfway Kaiser Hornswoggle way or the Miz way and pick the right moment to get into the ring. That's how I'll do it right. Come on. That's just my opinion. So you want to have Rey involved in the Rumble? I'll do something like that with Rey Mysterio. So I'll have him enter late in the Rumble, let's say number 26, number 25, 24, around that. I think that's where Rey should be with things. So yeah, I'll definitely add it and make Rey and Io versus Dominic and with a Backlash in Puerto Rico. That would be fantastic. So yeah, with that being said, let's continue. So I already mentioned top 4. I already mentioned the winner. I'm missing. I already mentioned most events. I'm missing who's gonna be the Iron Man in this match. Who's gonna be the Iron Man in this match? And I think it's pretty obvious. Bron Breakker. If they're gonna have Bron Breakker enter early, he's definitely lasting more than an hour. That's for sure. Bron Breakker, I think, is gonna be the Iron Man in this match. And most likely he's gonna be a runner-up. Last his top 2. In the Rumble. And gets fucked up by the Vision. Or maybe Adam Pearce himself. But yes, Bron Breakker, I think he's gonna be the Iron Man. Yeah, I did Iron Man in the women's Rumble. You missed it. I said Vaquer should be the Iron Woman. In the women's Royal Rumble match, I think Vaquer should do a lot better than last year. Last year she only lasted like 5 minutes, and she was fucking champion, by the way, and she was eliminated so quick. So I think they should do the opposite and have Vaquer actually run through the whole thing in this year's Rumble. So yeah, but the Iron Man in this match for the men's, I think it's gonna be Bron Breakker. So yeah, that's one person I do see as a Iron Man. So yeah, most events, Femi. It's definitely not winning this match. I think y'all know who it is. Jey Uso. That motherfucker, Jey Uso, is not winning this match. By the way. Fucking Jey Uso. I don't understand why this man's in this match, bro. The man's a fucking tag team champion. He should be focusing on defending the tag team champions instead of fucking going after a singles championship, by the way. I don't understand this, bro. Jey Uso. Why the fuck is he in this? Why is he getting so much spotlight on SmackDown tonight? Like, what is your section with Jey Uso recently, bro? I don't understand this, bro. And plus, he's stealing TV time from those who actually deserve it, bro. The TV time that he's been getting, he should use that for the commercial breaks. The commercial breaks where they usually get 3 minutes, something like that. That's where Jey Uso should be using his time. But no, he's stealing instead TV time from those who actually deserve it. For absolutely nothing, bro. He's just there, yee. And that's it, bro. And run it back, yee, run it back, run it back, yee, run it back, yeet. That's pretty much it. That's how Jey Uso does it. It's fucking ridiculous, man. I'm sick of it. I'm actually sick of it, bro. I'm actually sick of it. But yeah, speaking of Jey Uso, either happens a couple things. Maybe at the Rumble we could get a tease of who could be challenging Jey and his partner Jimmy. But I don't think it's not gonna happen because I think that's gonna be soon later after the Rumble that we get actually some hints on who could challenge them. Which I'm really hoping, and this is a rumor match that has been going on, and some of the matches that some wrestlers actually pitch to social media. The Lucha Bros, Penta and Rey Fenix, and the Hardy Boys. So Hardy Boys, Lucha Bros, the New Day, by the way. Whether you like it or not, the New Day. and the Usos. So yeah, the Usos, Lucha Bros, Hardy Boys, and the New Day. Fatal 4-Way, TLC match, WrestleMania. Paul Levesque, book that, please. Just say. I think if they book that, they're gonna steal the show. That's gonna be fucking insane. So, if they wanna prove officially that they're the best tag team of all time, you're gonna have to go to pretty much 3 of the top tag teams of all time, and the New Day, and the Hardy Boys, and the Lucha Bros. And I'm like, you're gonna have to go to all these 3. And if that's the case, I will crown the Lucha Bros at WrestleMania. Rey Fenix and Penta. I will crown their WrestleMania and become tag team champions. That's what I will do. So I'm hoping they go towards that after the Rumble, and we can get some stories going between all those tag teams. And hopefully the Hardy Boys, we can see them more on television more than often. So we're gonna have to wait and see for that. What am I missing? Yeah, Jey Uso. Yeah, he's definitely not winning the Rumble. So, yeah. Oh, one more thing. Surprises. Let's talk about the surprises. The first one that I have on my list, Chris Jericho. Yes, Chris Jericho, who's been rumored, and reported all this time that, oh, he signed a deal already with the company. Oh, he's this, he is that, he's this, he is that. Chris Jericho, the thing is, I think he's going to be on a part-time schedule, in my opinion. I don't think he's not going to be full-time. But I think we can finally see that first appearance for Chris Jericho tomorrow night at the Rumble. Whether he enters in number 30 or whether he enters late in the Rumble, I have no idea. But Chris Jericho is finally going to enter the Royal Rumble match and return to the company tomorrow. One thing though, maybe Chris Jericho could play out in division stuff. So what if Chris Jericho's one of the reasons that Bron Breakker gets eliminated? That could very well be a reason. And what if Seth Rollins is like bringing Chris Jericho to the mid? Well, not Chris. Actually, what the fuck am I saying? I don't know. That actually makes sense, but I don't know what the fuck am I saying. But yeah, speaking of Seth Rollins actually happened as one of the surprises tomorrow. Sure. He's been doing a lot of ESPN media this week, and he's still over there. But the thing is, I gotta see if this is actually pre-tape or this is actually live. If this is live, then I just don't know how Seth Rollins can make it in time for Saudi Arabia, because he was doing media today, and the Rumble is 24 hours after that. So I'm like, Seth Rollins is not gonna make it in time. And plus, from there to Saudi Arabia is pretty much, I don't know how long Saudi Arabia. I don't know if it's like a full day. I'm not sure. 12 hours. I have no idea. All I know is that it lasts more than 12 hours. The flight to Saudi Arabia. But let's say they're doing this pre-tape. If they're doing this pre-tape, and he actually shows up tomorrow night at the Rumble, I'm like, wow, that will be one of the biggest trolls in wrestling history. And Seth Rollins coming back to screw Bron Breakker, might as well could be one of the matches at WrestleMania. But I don't know if Seth Rollins is clear or not. I have no idea. The thing that he said is that Seth Rollins, he's hoping to be clear by the time that Mania comes. But let's say he comes at the Rumble tomorrow. I'm like, maybe Seth Rollins screws up Bron Breakker. And that could fuck up my all these predictions. So, if Seth Rollins actually does return tomorrow, I could very well see that happening. And man, that'll be kind of sick. Honestly, I think that'll be kind of sick with Seth Rollins actually returning tomorrow. After all this bullshit that's been happening, taking out Bron Breakker and actually starting to make things right for the Mania match at WrestleMania. Which, it definitely makes all the sense in the world. Having Bron Breakker go one-on-one with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So at the passing of the torch. Another moment right there. With Bron Breakker winning against Seth Rollins. Having that big win over Seth Rollins. And yeah, if Seth Rollins is cleared by tomorrow, I could very well see that. I could very well see Seth Rollins cause Braun Breaker and set out their match for WrestleMania between those two, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. So with that, they can do Roman Reigns and CM Punk, and the triple threat match for the WWE Championship between Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and Drew McIntyre. So if they can get all those things right, I think Mania shouldn't be. I mean, I think Mania should be a very well produced show. So that's all going to depend on Seth Rollins' health. So it's going to impact pretty much everything. Seth Rollins' health. The other one that I mentioned, Chad Gable. Chad Gable, it's been rumored for the last couple weeks that Chad Gable is cleared to come back to the ring. It's also been rumored that he was supposed to appear at Raw Stranger Things. I don't know why I will even call it Stranger Things, because nothing about that show was Stranger Things. It was just the thing. That's about it. Nothing happened about Stranger Things. Then they said, oh, let's have him return the next week, and then the next week, and then the next week. It's why every week they were saying, oh, Chad Gable was going to return to this event, this event, this event, and this event. The fact of the matter is, it's none of those cases. And I think they're finally going to lean towards Rumble for a return for Chad Gable. What is he going to do? One thing and one thing only. Go face to face the imposter. The imposter. Because Chad Gable is known for being the real El Gran Americano. So he's gonna go after the imposter, El Grande Americano. Hell, we didn't even have to see Chad Gable as normal Chad Gable. I think we can see Chad Gable as actual El Grande Americano. But I think we should first see the Whoopie Kaiser version of El Grande Americano first. You know, he should enter first. And then we get the normal or the real El Grande Americano that she got hurt before that. And that's how we can get that face-to-face between both Americanos. And then the real Americano actually reveals his mask. That is Chad Gable. I think that would be fucking fantastic. And that's how we can get things going between those two. I don't know if that's going to be a WrestleMania caliber match, but with the right story, if they can get this story going, I think they can very well do it. But it all has to start tomorrow and how they put things. So we're going to have to wait and see how that goes. Number 4, I'm going to say Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom Mysterio. Dirty Dom, it was rumored back late December, I think it was, that they said the amount of time that he was going to miss. I think that is fucking boring. What the fuck? Come on, man. What do you mean? How do you find that boring, bro? I think it's really great, bro. Bro, like, El Grande Americano, he's fucking over as fuck in fucking Mexico. I mean, they do that in Mexico. I mean, that's a lot better, sure. Like, I don't know. That idea? Really? Come on, fam. How do you find that boring? Honestly, how do you find that boring? Come on. What do you want, bro? What do you want? Fucking, let's say, El Grande Americano and that's it? Or normal Chad Gable and that's it? That's, like, we need more than that, bro. That's my opinion, bro. We need more than that. Actually, I want to see what you think about this. What would you have done if you're Chad Gable in that position? How would you put Chad Gable's return? That's the best question I could ask for. How would you book Chad Gable? I think that's the better question I should ask. How do you book Chad Gable in that position? Because there's a lot of ways that you can book Chad Gable, but that's just my opinion. But yes, Dirty Dom, I think he's returning tomorrow. And the reason I'm thinking he's returning tomorrow is because it was rumored back in late December that it was late December that Dirty Dom, he had that shoulder injury and he was forced to miss pretty much around 3 to 4 weeks. And it's already been towards that. So I'm like, maybe Dom's already clear for that. Maybe Dom's already clear to wrestle. And maybe Dom's already ready to go. So Dominic, who is the current Intercontinental Champion, by the way, I forgot that he was the fucking champion. I forgot that he was the fucking Intercontinental Champion. But yes, he is. He still is the Intercontinental Champion. And he's been champion for pretty much around 9 months. Which is crazy, honestly. The fact that he's been champion for that long. But yes, Dirty Dom, he's been champion for that long. And I think he's returning tomorrow. What is he doing tomorrow? I have no idea. One thing I could think of is maybe in case of Finn Balor, because Finn Balor doesn't have a spot right now, but let's say he does find a spot. Maybe they could go face to face tomorrow, Dirty Dom and Finn Balor. Because I think what they should do at WrestleMania, I think it's Finn Balor and Dirty Dom at WrestleMania with how things are going. Because, you know, CM Punk told Finn Balor, hey, I think if you want to be successful moving forward, I think you should lead the trash that is Judgment Day and get your career back on track. And I'm like, maybe Dirty Dom heard this and he's like, he probably gonna have to have the conversation with Finn Balor, and it could very well happen in the ring. So maybe the feud starts there between those two, you know, the singles feud, and that's how we can get that match at WrestleMania. So that's one thing I can see from Dirty Dom, unless he screws his father again, Rey Mysterio, eliminates him, and maybe sets up a match at WrestleMania. I don't know if I'll book at WrestleMania or I'll book it at a AAA show. Was it Triple Mania or a Rey de Reyes? I'm not sure. So that's gonna depend. Another one that I have is Mr. Iguana. Yes, Mr. Iguana. That's another one that I have in mind. And the reason I'm saying this is because I'm looking at the AAA roster. Now, like, I'm assuming they're gonna bring some talent from AAA. And the biggest talent there from AAA that everyone pretty much knows is Mr. Iguana, honestly. I'm not talking about Dirty Dom because obviously everyone knows who Dirty Dom is, but the real stars from AAA and Mr. Iguana is the one who actually is mostly involved with AAA. So Mr. Iguana, I think he's going to be one to be involved in the Royal Rumble match tomorrow night. Another one that I could see is Joe Hendry. I think Joe Hendry might actually go back to back, you know, when it comes to appearances. But this time as part of the NXT roster. And I think Joe Hendry is actually going to be in the Rumble tomorrow. If I had to say another names, I mean, we already got Javon Evans. Javon Evans already official for tomorrow. Ethan Page. I see Ethan Page entering the Rumble. I think that's going to be great. And finally, fans can get used to see more of Ethan Page on television and on the main roster. So I think with Ethan Page being at the Royal Rumble, I think that's going to be pretty great. I think he's going to have a pretty decent show. And if I had to think another one, I'll probably say I have two. One is Iho Vikingo, and the other one is Psycho Clown. And the other one is Parker. One of those is probably going to be in the room. If I had to say one, though, I'll probably say, or if I had to say two, because I think they only bring the two, besides Mr. Iguana. I'm going to say Iho Vikingo. And, so far, actually. Maybe with Parker? I think, maybe with Parker, maybe. Who knows? Omos? Nah, fuck no. Fuck no. Hell no. I'm not adding Omos. Fuck that. Hell the fuck no, bro. Hell the fuck no, bro. Hell nah. Hell nah. Fuck the hell no, bro. Don't even mention Omos, bro. Omos is not going to be in the Rumble. Sure, he's an ambassador. Most likely he's to Saudi Arabia. but he's not gonna be in the Rumble. He better not be in the Rumble, and he should not be in the Rumble. No. Just no, 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 no. But yeah. Yeah. You can go Psycho Clown and with Parker. So yeah. And I think I mentioned another one. I actually forgot who else I mentioned. But yeah, I think it's either Vikingo and Psycho Clown, Wesley Pierce, on the show tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see. Let's put Chris in the Rumble. If they put me in the Rumble, I'll probably just sit around the corner and actually be holding around the ropes. I'll just like hold myself in the ropes so nobody can eliminate me. I'm just gonna be there like I'm gonna be there like Selena Vega. You know, Selena Vega did that in the past. She hold herself in the ropes and try to stay there for as long as possible. That's gonna be me in the Rumble, bro. Most likely, bro. And try to stay there for as long as possible. I'm probably not even gonna dare to fight anybody in that ring. That's for sure. So yeah. If it was Alex, Alex will probably smash the shit out of everybody. Honestly, I think he's gonna smash everybody if he's actually at Rumble. But for now it's a dream. But anything can happen. So we can only hope, and we gotta work our asses off so to make those things reality. So but yeah, as far as stats, I think that's pretty much all we had to know for this year's Rumble. We already discussed 4 matches. If y'all didn't saw it yet, you know, if y'all just joined right now, I'm gonna mention it again. Like I said, Women's Rumble, I'm going with Bianca Belair. Runner-up is gonna be Liv Morgan, most likely. Most E-wins, Jordan Grace. Iron Woman, Rhea Valkyria. And surprises, I said Bianca Belair, like I said. Paige, Soluka, AJ Lee, Will Vice. And if I had to send a couple more, Kendall Gray, and JCJ, and Boyd Monroe. So those people are the ones that I see entering the Rumble and actually making appearance. So yeah, Drew and Sami, not that much discussion. Going with Drew McIntyre, of course. Going with Drew McIntyre, gonna retain that championship, even though it should be a great match and the crowd should be hot for Sami Zayn. AJ Styles and Gunther. As much as I love AJ Styles, and with how things are going, I'm going with Gunther. I think Gunther's retiring AJ Styles tomorrow, and continue that version this character of the career killer. And last but not least, like I mentioned here, Roman Reigns is winning the Rumble. Runner-ups, most likely Braun Breaker, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, or Femi. But if I had to say one, probably Braun Breaker. Who's gonna have the most E-wins? I said Opa Femi. Who's not winning the Rumble for sure? Jey Uso, by the way. Who's gonna be the Iron Man in this match? Braun Breaker. And the surprises, I got here Chris Jericho, I got Chef Gable, I got Seth Rollins, I got Dirty Dom, I got Mr. Iguana, and I did mention a couple, which were Ethan Page, I already mentioned Mr. Iguana, but yeah, Ethan Page. I mentioned Io Vikingo, and I did mention the Parker. So yeah, Parker, Vikingo, and Ethan Page. Those were NXT. So yeah, with that being said, guys, those are your predictions for the Royal Rumble tomorrow, and I think that's pretty much all the discussions that we need for the Rumble show tomorrow. So yeah, with that being said, guys, let me see if there's any news that I gotta see. Yes, Cody Rhodes didn't hesitate by saying that he will challenge CM Punk if he does win the Rumble, which that'll be interesting. Damn, SmackDown was empty as fuck, bro. Holy shit, bro. Is this actually empty, bro? God damn. Yes, it is. Bro, SmackDown is empty as fuck, bro. God damn, bro. Bro, SmackDown is empty as fuck tonight, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, the Rumble is empty as this. I don't know what to tell you, bro. The Rumble needs to be full tomorrow, bro. The Rumble needs to be full tomorrow. Exactly. That's crazy, bro. It doesn't care what else Sami was showing, like, bro. I get it. Saudi, I mean, the women are gonna go, like, fully dressed, or fully gear, and nothing shown. I understand that, but those are things that can happen, bro. So yeah. Tony D'Angelo, yeah, he's definitely at a live event, so he's not gonna be there. So, and Ricky Saints, he's also there at a live event, so he's not gonna appear at all tomorrow. Let me see if we have anything on Ray before we go. Or any other reports. Yeah, as of right now, he's still confirmed. So yeah. Anyways, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna be ending it here. It was a great discussion. I appreciate you guys for tuning into the stream. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. I noticed it's a last minute announcement, so I forgot to tell y'all what time. You know, I did mention on Monday, but I didn't post it until today that I was gonna do this. I didn't even mention the actual post that I was gonna do this. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching this show or this podcast. And yeah, I was hopefully he's able to be on the Elimination Chamber podcast in February. If I don't know if it's in February or March, so me check before we go. Elimination Chamber. And February 28, 2026. So that's pretty much the final day of February, which is going to be the chambers where it's going to be taking place. And it's going to be at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. So that's going to be fucking great for the fans over there. So yeah, United Center, Chicago, Illinois. The same arena that CM Punk actually returned for in AEW, where he debuted and also returned as well for both things. He returned there at the United Center in Chicago. So yeah, I think that's a perfect place to do Elimination Chamber, and I'm assuming they're gonna have this small stage but with more fans. So I'm expecting them to do that. Like, just imagine, like, the stage from the Rumble all the way to the Chamber, bro. It's gonna be like way smaller, bro. Way smaller, bro. But it is what it is. Like, they gotta do what's gotta be done so they can get more fans involved into this shit. So yeah. Anyways, and it's gonna be at the actual time. It's not gonna be like early afternoon or stuff like that. It's actually gonna be at the time that it's usually done. So yeah. And it's not gonna be in the stadium like it was done last year for the Chamber. This year's gonna be done in an actual arena. So we'll see all about that. But anyways, guys, Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share the stream with your friends. Guys, remember the Rumble is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you guys are there. I understand people are busy in the early in the afternoon, so if you're not gonna make it in time for the stream, you can always check it back later. And with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. This is Chris Naked Chris 2 signing off for tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Royal Rumble live stream. So yeah, take care, guys. Goodbye and good night. Bye. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. What we got?